On HD Game of the Week, we are here at Starmount High School where the Starmount Rams welcome the Ashe County Huskies. I'm Dusty Farmer. Along with me tonight is Mark Hudler. And, Mark, I think we're in to see a good matchup tonight with two very similar records coming in tonight. I think this will be a great matchup.
Yeah, I believe we will, Dusty. This is sort of unusual. You know, most of the time the script sort of flipped this year. Most of the time this game here late in the year is usually pretty battle for either first or second place in the conference. But, of course, both teams this year, unfortunately, have not had the years that they want to have. Of course, Ashe is 2-6 and 1-4 in the conference. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Starmount is 1-7 and 1-4 in the conference. So, or I'm sorry, 1-8 and 1-4 in the conference. So, but could be a pretty good ball game tonight. Looking for a good ball game tonight. Of course, Starmount's going to have a little. Seeing it with it being senior night in their last home game and stuff like that for the year, so Ashe will have their hands full, I'm sure, which they always do.
Yeah, and tonight I think the players to watch, especially for Ashe County, has got to be, again, Colin Ellis. Colin comes in tonight leading the Mountain Valley Conference in passing with 2,836 yards, 27 touchdowns. That's 315 yards per game. He also is fourth in the conference in rushing. He's rushed for 729 yards and 9 touchdowns, with 81 yards per game average.
Yeah, well, we've said it all year, and, of course, he's our guy. Coach Hampton likes to use that saying a lot, and he definitely is. Colin will definitely be the focal point of the offense tonight, especially like we talked about through the year. We had to keep talking about it with the injuries that we've had and everything. He will have to have a good game tonight for the Huskies to be in the game and have a chance to win the game.
For Starmount, it's Brandon Eads. He plays the wing back for the Rams, and the Rams coaching staff has seen in the Ashe films. They know that Ashe has had a hard time stopping that end around the jet sweeps that he runs.
Oh, yeah, and, Starmount's, of course, it's pretty much been this way all year. Of course, Ashe's offense has changed a little bit as the years went on, especially in the last couple of weeks. We have run the ball more. It's not quite been just all-out air raid, but, yeah, we're definitely going to throw the ball, I would think, if things hold true to in the past, a lot more than Starmount. They're going to line up, and like you said, they like to run the jet sweep, so we're going to have to stop the run again, and we've not done a very good job defensively all year stopping the run. So
the Ashe County forward keys to the game, I think, first for the Ashe County for their offense, these young receivers have got to step up tonight. They've dropped a lot of balls, and that's to be expected. They've had a week of practice. They've got to make some plays.
This is 3 weeks of practice now.
Yeah.
So, they've got to step up and just catch a few. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I think it was like 11 drop balls, and I think last week we had 8 or 9 drop balls. So, it's time for them to step up and just catch.
Yeah, and I think for the defense, the secondary is really banged up.
Yeah.
They're not going to throw it a lot. That secondary's got to come up and make tackles.
They do, and they're going to be tonight extremely young. I know we did brought a couple of freshmen on the trip tonight that were going to 8 quarter, and I heard Coach Hampton talking or speaking with Coach Hampton that they're probably where they're going to be played at in the defensive secondary like you talked about, because that is really where they're banged up the worst, in the defensive secondary and the specialty type kids like receivers and stuff like that.
And I think the other thing for the Huskies, they can't self-implode. Last week they get drops going, and they kill themselves with either a stupid penalty or a turnover, and they just can't do that tonight.
They've had that problem off the turnover, but not as much as the penalty. They usually play pretty good disciplined football and penalty-free, but they definitely had problems with the turnover bug all year. I think it's important that we get off to a good start, get some momentum early, so we're getting get this kickoff, and let's see if we can't drive down the field here and score and give that defense a lead and see if they play a little better tonight.
Starmount will kick the ball. They are kicking right to left. Beautiful night for football here.
It's a lovely night.
And it's a short kick taken at about the 30-yard, across the 35, up to the 40. And we tackled right there at about a 45-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good return by John Revis there. He's one of the short guys. got it up. So the Huskies will start with good field position and be interesting to see what kind of set we come out in tonight. Last week we run a lot of two-back set, which we're not really used to seeing. We're used to seeing more of the spread and the trips. But it looks like tonight that we are going to come out in trip set here.
Yeah, I think the Huskies will try to throw the ball more tonight. The wind won't be a factor like it was last week. And Ellis looks to throw. And he's going to take off, and he's up to about the 50-yard line. Nice 5-yard pickup there by the quarterback on him.
Yeah, it sure was. Good coverage by the Starmount secondary. That's pretty much, he had time to throw the football initially, but everybody was covered, so he just sort of tucked it in there and got 5 yards there, which he'll do that a lot. I mean, he does make plays on the offensive side of the ball.
They say 2nd and 6 to go here for the Huskies. Ellis in the gun once again in the 2-by-2 set. Ellis looks to throw, and he does throw, and it's caught. And it's crossed almost up to the 30-yard line. And that pass is complete to Matthew Greer. Nice completion for Greer.
Yeah, there's another Swift. We've got Greer, of course, he's that senior, and he'll do anything they ask of him. He's went everywhere from running back and playing out the slot receivers. So, a very valuable kid to have on your team.
First down for the Huskies. Ellis looks to throw once again. And it's dropped by Thompson on the post route.
Yeah,
open.
That's your lead receiver. You don't expect Grant Thompson to drop that ball right there. But as you said earlier, hopefully we'll come back and make a play right here, but hopefully that ain't something that's starting. We had 2 nice plays there to begin with, and then it just seems like when we had that drop pass or that penalty or something that it just sort of slows them down. But
Ellis once again in the gun, 2nd and 10. Looks to throw. And another drop pass by Thompson. That was right after the sticks. Would have been good enough for the first down.
Yeah, now it might have been a little high, but we've seen Grant Thompson make catches all year long. And we really need him to step up and play good here.
Yeah.
Of course, it's early in the game.
Be 3rd and 10 for the Huskies. 10:48 to go here early in the first quarter. Ellis is going to keep it, and he's going to be short of the first down.
That looked like a busted play to me there. I know they do run a lot with Ellis out of that set, but that looked like he was trying to hand the ball off, and the running back didn't take it there. He ended up picking about 5 yards there, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Will be 4th and 5 for the Huskies. Ellis looks to throw. And is completed up to about the 5-yard line. That's Greer once again. So Matthew Greer playing big tonight for the Huskies.
About both these catches, it's been about 20 yards right there. And pick up a big first down, and that's nice to see.
We 1st and goal for the Huskies, 10:05 to go.
I think right here you might see something with Ellis.
And Ellis is going to keep it on the ice, so he will get in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. And that's a nice opening drive for the Huskies, and just a good sight to see after the past few weeks.
Yeah, very, very good start for the Huskies here tonight. Of course, we talked about it earlier. That's what they need to get off to the good start, and exactly what the doctor ordered here, and then maybe this defense will come out and play pretty hard for it. I know they'll play hard, but play better than they have as far as stopping the run.
And the extra point is good.
That might have been as ugly an extra point as we've ever seen, but they don't write that down. So that's a good start for the Huskies there with on their first drive of the night. Let's see here what we got here on the Ashe County Ford drive summary. It took the Huskies. Looks like to me, Mr. Farmer took them 7 plays, and it was capped off by a nice 6-yard run from Colin Ellis to put the Huskies on top here.
Yeah, nice opening drive for the Huskies. We'll see Now, once they kick this ball off, the defense can come out and get a stop, which they've really failed to do in the last few weeks.
Well, I mean, we've talked about it before. I mean, and it just is what it is. But their average is giving up 50 points a game, so that speaks volumes. I guess I should say, but they've been young on that side of the ball all year. Now they're really young with everything. But they have gotten better. So let's see what they do here on their first test tonight.
Huskies getting ready to kick the ball off. And it's a pooch kick. And the Rams are up to about the 45-yard line, starting position for the Rams.
Yeah, that's pretty good coverage. That was number 3 to do on the return. It looked like the little pooch kick was probably by design. Good kick coverage there by the kickoff team. First down. Trying to see who we got any new faces out there on the defensive changes. Not really yet. That looks about like last week.
And on first down, they hand the ball off, and the Husky defense standing up big. Stopped it for maybe a short loss.
He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, and yet you noticed the guy in motion there. So, of course, they're going to run that jet sweep off of that, but they're going to try to establish that fullback first. Because if they get that fullback established, this makes everything else work that much better. But I would look for them maybe here to run that jet sweep. Of course, through the years, Ashe County against Starmount has had an awful time stopping the jet sweep. So, of course, the staff knows that Starmount's very well coached.
And it looks like they're going to throw here. And it's kind of a dump pass. And he's pushed out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, not bad coverage there by the Huskies. That's Starmount, man. They like to throw this little, what they call a little waggle pass here. We had pretty good coverage downfield, and he just dumped it out to the back. And we've done a good job of getting him out of bounds. Bring up a big third down here early in the game for Ashe County.
They motion the man, and motions back, and they give it to him. They're going to keep it on the sweep, and it's going to be just short of the first.
He's going to fit on the spot here. Now, I think they did spot him, but I thought that's a good spot, too. They spotted him a little short here. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like, they're at least coming out the lineup to kick.
And it looks like the Rams will punt the ball away.
Looks like we got Simon Houck back, which is pretty steady back there.
He is the steady returner. And it's a nice high punt. And Houck's going to take it short of the 30 and kind of falls forward to about the 35.
Yeah, nice job by Houck. He's a steady little player.
So we'll see if this offense can have another drive like their first one. Got it done through the air to Greer, and then Ellis punched it in the end zone.
We overcome a couple of drop passes there, which is very good. They didn't let that bother them. Very, very good opening drive to the Huskies. And, of course, they need a lot more of that tonight. And I guess they're a little more comfortable because they are coming out in more of their normal sets tonight than they had to last week.
And Ellis looks to throw on first down. He throws out to Houck, and with a tough catch, passes a little outside.
Yeah, not the best pass in the world. Houck made a good attempt there to catch it. He was open if we get a better pass there, but just didn't connect on that one.
It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. Ellis in the gun, looks to throw.
They're running
goes deep to Thompson. He's got it to 40, 30, 20, 10. Nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Huskies. After the 2 drop passes on the first drive, Grant comes back with a nice catch and goes untouched. We'll take another look at it on the K&K Stitching Screen Instant Replay.
Yeah, that was A very nice play right there in that, and that's sort of been what earlier in the season when we were offense was playing really well. That's sort of what we got used to, quick scoring and stuff like that. That's good to see. Like he said, of course, Mr. Thompson struggled on his first two there, and then he comes up and makes a big play. So.
A point after for the Huskies. The kick is up, and much better kick. It is good.
Yeah, that's a Hanson there. And,
so 14-0 with 8:10 to go here in the first quarter.
So it's just really what the doctor ordered. The Huskies have got off to a good start after just not really playing too well, especially last weekend. And well, this one here ain't going to be near as long, but your Ashe County forward drive summary of the game, it just took the Huskies 2 plays on this drive here. It ended up with a nice Colin Ellis touchdown pass to Grant Thompson for 70 yards.
So 2 nice drives by the Huskies. And this is a hot start that the Husky offense needed.
Exactly what we needed. Well, and let's don't forget now, the defense come out there and got it out. So the defense got off to a good start tonight, too. So good to see.
Huskies going to kick it deep once again. See if they go for the pooch kick like last time.
They're moving the Rams are moving the back guys up a little bit. I'm going to say you're going to see the same thing here.
And the kick, and it is a pooch kick once again, just across the 30, and it's taken by the Rams up across 35. A nice tackle by the Huskies.
Sam Henson, I think, maybe.
Yeah, the kicker Henson on the tackle.
Yeah, very good play by Henson there. So, it definitely looks like we're by design on the pooch kick, and we're getting pretty good coverage out of it. So.
Be 1st and 10 for the Rams. And they motion and give it to him on the jet sweep, and he is only going to get about 5 yards. Nice job for the Huskies.
Yeah, they cut him back. They didn't let him get outside.
Nice tackle by Jake Richardson.
Cut him back up into the middle of the field there where the help comes from. And like you say, a good tackle by Jake Richardson. Not a bad job right there, but of course the way Starmount runs their offense, they'll take 5 yards to play every time.
Absolutely. And the Rams quarterback keeps it, and he only gains about 2 yards to bring up a big 3rd down for the Huskies.
Sure will. Very nice play by Travis Dillard there, one of the sophomores, and he's gotten a lot better as the years went on. And he really made a nice play right there.
Third and 3 for the Rams. Ball on the 43-yard line. And hand it off, and he's tripped up, and it's going to be awfully close once again. And we do have a flag come in. See what the call is.
Because the spot's going to be awful close unless it's against the Rams here. They're bringing it out here in the Huts. Looks like he's going to measure, though. They're not really talking about the flag right now. So. Must have been against the Huskies.
And it is against the Huskies.
I don't understand the call, but well, okay, I probably know what it was. Maybe the linebacker there took the lead blocker's legs out or something. But that's not a call you usually see a whole lot. But it is. You're not supposed to do that if you're not lined up on the line of scrimmage. So it's a safety issue. So that's a big penalty there, though. Gives the Rams 1st down.
His 1st and 10. They hand it off up the middle, and he breaks a couple tackles, and he's close to a 1st down.
Yeah, they start
Peyton Mullins on the carry.
Starting to get a little bit, but we had him right there in the backfield. We just didn't get him wrapped up that time. Very, very good hard run by the Starmount running back right there.
Second short for the Rams.
they're starting to settle in and play a little better. It looks like here, just really getting.
And the Rams are going to air it out, and they've got a man and just overthrows him.
Not bad coverage there by Kiker Sofferson there, which is another one of those JV players that had to come up last week, and so just give them a little depth and stuff. But nice job by the young kid right there. Not bad coverage.
It's be 3rd and short for the Rams. And they hand it on the sweep. And he's going to get the first down. He's on the carry for the Rams.
So now these Huskies, which defensively they're not bad. Penalty hurt on this drive, but just need to buckle up here and see if they can bend but don't break mentality here.
Be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball at about the 20-yard line. And a little misdirection play, kind of a counter play, and the Huskies are all over it. He might have got
to the line of scrimmage, maybe. He didn't get, well, he might have gained a yard or two there. Very good job right there. Like I said, you got 2 more big plays right here. Well, you're in 4th down territory probably. With Starmount, they may kick a field goal or something. But if you could get out of here, hold maybe to no points or a field goal, that would be a win for the defense, especially the way they've, played so far this year.
Be 2nd and 9 for the Rams. And hand off on the sweep. He keeps it and dumps it off. A nice catch, but he falls down.
Yeah, that's a very well-designed play. Good ball handling by Starmount quarterback.
Yeah, Patrick Usher, the quarterback.
I thought he had handed it over here to this guy. Short fooled me, and if he completes that pass in the running back and keep his feet, I think he scores right there.
It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Rams. Big 3rd down, 4:22 to go here in the first. Huskies leading 14-0.
Well, we ain't been able to say that in a while.
No, it's been a while. I guess since the Allegheny game, which is the first conference game of the year.
Yeah.
They motion a man and give it to him on the sweep. And he cuts it back up. The Huskies right there. Bring up a 4th down for the Rams.
Yeah, it's going to be a big 4th down play here. It'll be interesting to see the decision. Now, he looks like he's sending the kicker out there. He's going to go for it here, Coach Johnson. Is going to go for it here. And this would be a huge stop for this Husky defense. It's much maligned as they have been all year. This would be huge for them.
And he's in the gun. Motion to man.
Quarterback
keeps it. And it's going to be awful close. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Judging from the way they came in.
Yeah, he
will be 1st down Rams.
So they did pick it up just barely there. But nonetheless, here we got 4 more downs to see if we can keep them at the end zone here from the 9-yard line. Huskies defense is playing pretty well so far tonight.
Be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Rams. And he's going to get it down to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't get a whole lot there. And, we talked before the game and on the way down here how the Huskies have not done a good job in the past stopping the jet sweep of Starmount. Of course, just from looking up here, don't look like that nothing against anybody that Starmount's got quite the speed that they've had in the past, so that would matter on the jet sweep. But we've done a very good job of stringing it out and playing or doing her job, as they say.
And they motion the wing back once again, give it to him. And it can be close, probably down at about the 1-yard line.
And that is one thing, the Huskies really on the season defensively has not played well, but they've been hurt with the fullback up the middle the most.
They have, that straight line run, midline, I guess you could say, has been what has killed the Huskies. And they're going to hand it right up the middle.
I think they lost 2 yards here.
Shut it down.
Bring up 4th down, and he gets but it does get his forward progress there. But they didn't gain a yard. They
be 4th and goal from about the 1, maybe 2-yard line.
Starmount's went with the big package here. You might look for some kind of type of power run from the quarterback here, maybe, or something.
Big 4th down for both teams.
Yeah, it sure is.
And they hand it off straight up the middle once again. And
I know. 4th down. Stop there by the Huskies. Led by, it looked like Shepard, the senior, was in there. Also Dillard. It's a great job right there. That's good to see this.
And, you know, Mark, we've been doing every one of these games this far this year, and I think that's the first 4th and goal we've stopped all year long.
I would hate to say that you're 100% right. That is definitely the first 4th and goal we've stopped all year.
So 1:44 to go here in the first. Huskies leading 14-0. They will get the ball back over on downs. They are on the 2-yard line. They've got 98 yards to go.
Got to figure out how to get this thing out of here.
And they run it up the middle. And get a couple of yards breathing there.
Yeah, trying to just maybe get a little breathing room right there with Ellis up the middle. We got about 3 yards there.
2nd and 6 for the Huskies. 1:21 to go here in the first.
I was thinking Coach Hampton. I don't know that he's aggressive by nature, but might be pretty conservative down here on this end of the field.
Yeah, especially the way the defense has been playing. Ellis is just going to keep it up the middle, and he's not going to get anything.
He didn't get a whole lot right there, so. So we come up with a 3rd and 6 here. It'll be interesting to see what comes from the Husky sideline over there as a call. So.
Third down, Huskies look to throw, and he overthrows Richardson.
Yeah, he did. He had Richardson on the corner route, but he just overthrew him there. Really, great job with the defensive stop, but of course, I'd like to see him drive it out of there a little bit.
Right.
We'll be in a tough situation here punting, so we need a good snap and a good kick.
Yeah, Thompson's going to be punting from the end zone. Not the position you want to be in.
No, this is a pretty big play early in the game, really.
And Thompson takes the punt. And it kind of comes off the side of his foot. Takes the Husky bounce up to out the 44-yard line. It's a great starting position for the Rams.
Yeah, not a bad punt to get it out of there. Snap by snapper there. I think that's Ethan Shepard snaps on long. But good job there by the Huskies getting that punt out of there. And, the Rams are going to have good field position here, but that's not a bad deal there, being you didn't give up the points down there on the other end. So just a really good first quarter so far for the Huskies.
First and 10 for the Rams. 22 seconds to go here in the first. And he takes a snap, and he's going to keep it. And he might gain 1, maybe 2 yards on the play.
I tell you, so far, this Husky defense has come to play. They are playing very well. They're staying in their gas. They're being very disciplined. Just a good job so far.
And that will do it for the first quarter here from Starmount High School with Ashe County Huskies lead the Starmount Rams 14-0. We'll be back with more Sky Zone HD again in a week right after this.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
Welcome back to Sky Zone HD Game of the Week. We are in Boothville, North Carolina, where the Starmount Rams have welcomed the Ashe County Huskies. And the Huskies lead early, 14-0 as we start the second quarter. The Rams do have the football and are driving left to right.
Yeah, just excellent first quarter. Good start to the game for the Huskies here. Hopefully they can keep it up.
And the Rams look to throw on the whack pass, and it is over his head, may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was open again. They're getting him open, but they just hadn't connected on too many of them yet. And which I say this a lot, a running team that like Starmount is, they just don't look very, very comfortable passing the football.
$11:56 to go here in the second. It's 3rd and 10 for the Rams. Off the 44-yard line. And they look to throw. He's got pressure. And the Huskies are going to tackle my last. There's a late flag. Hope that's not a face mask.
I would say that's going to be a face mask. The way it looked like when he run by, I think Tristan Jones sort of run in and missed the tackle. So he may have rubbed that hand across it there or something.
Yeah, it does look like they're pointing against the Huskies.
Just hopefully it's 5 and not 15. I didn't really see a twist or anything.
It's a personal foul.
Going with personal foul. So
a face mask against the Huskies.
Another, last time we kept a drive alive with a penalty. That's a big penalty there. We were lucky enough last time to hold them out of the end zone, but these mistakes here are eventually going to take advantage of one of them.
So we'll be first down for the Rams. We'll take a quick look at some area scores. Mountain Heritage beating Avery 16-0 in the second quarter. Allegheny and Elkin are scoreless. Wilkes Central's up on East Wilkes 11-0.
Big game in the MAC tonight.
High right number Patton 14-0, and West leads North 7-0.
And there's another big game. One of them for first, and the other one's for second, I think.
And they hand it off up the middle of the
like
reason. Football comes loose. They're going
to call it
progress down.
Nice, and we'll say it again. Nice play by the Huskies front four up there. They're really stopping that fullback so far tonight, and they've done a good job with the jet sweep, so they're really playing good so far tonight.
Second 11 for the Rams. They motion to man, then bring him back. And the motion and give it to him on the sweep. And Huskies stretch it out. And good job of the Huskies. The Huskies are just playing a little fire tonight.
Oh, yeah, they are. It's amazing when you make a few plays, how you can get some confidence. Kids get excited. They're playing with a little excitement tonight. That's a very nice job by stringing it out, and a very nice job by Tristan Jones filling the gap and making the play. And, it brings up a 3rd and 14 here, so...
Big 3rd down for the Rams. And they hand it to him on the jet sweep once again, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That's about it.
It's going to be about 4th and 11 here. Looks like now.
4th and 11 looks like the Rams are.
But go for it. Players. I don't know why he would punt here. So yeah, he's going to go for it here. I don't disagree with this call at all. You ain't going to gain any yardage by really punting it right here. So.
And Usher fakes the handoff and throws the football and is over the head. And another big 4th down stand for the Huskies.
Yeah, and I enjoy saying it. So far, this Husky defense has been lights out. Of course, and I'll say it again, they run their little flood pass or waggle pass, whatever you want to call it, and the receiver was open. They just didn't connect there, but the Husky defense started out really well so far tonight.
So on this 4th drive, the Huskies offense, see if they can get something going. Had horrible field position after the big stamina defense. They're going to start about the 31-yard line, driving right to left. Ellis in the gun. looks to throw.
Got Thompson.
And he's got Thompson, and then just overthrows him. He connects on that, and Thompson may take another one.
Yeah, that's a good play. We had the one-on-one coverage over here. We had the slant route. This ball was just overthrown a little bit there, so.
Ellis looks to throw once again, and it's completed across the 50.
Yeah, same play, just running back to the other side and threw it to House instead of Thompson there. Same exact play they run the last time, and they just connected over there better pass, and House come down with it. So. But that's another big first down for the Huskies here there.
First down for the Huskies, ball on the 46-yard line. Ellis looks to throw once again, and he's under pressure and just flips it to a lineman.
Yeah, he does. Lineman.
And that will bring the flag out.
Why? I mean, it might be a hold or something, but I don't think they can call anything flipping to the lineman. I guess the bad thing there is I reckon that lineman should have been standing there behind him. He should have been.
Yeah, at least maybe blocking the guy who's had him wrapped up.
I don't know. This will be interesting. The officials are talking about it here, but maybe you can't do that. I don't know. It was backwards. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what we got right here. Illegal touch, and I would like to have an explanation. I don't know about that one, but
we'll go get the Huskies and bring up a long first down.
Yeah, the big loss right there.
It's second and 18 for the Huskies.
But I don't. Yeah.
Ellis in the gun. Huskies with trip to this side, looks to throw.
Got plenty of time.
And he's got Greer on the wheel and just off his hand.
And now we got a flag. This could be pushing off on Ashe.
Yeah,
Greer did look like he might have pushed off a little bit there, but it'd be interesting to see what the call is here.
And the Huskies are walking back. That's never a good sign. It is against the Huskies.
It's going to be offensive pass interference, and I believe that's a good call. Yeah, that's a good call by the official there.
The problem with me on that flag is if he makes that catch, I see him make it throw the flag, but if he don't make the catch, no harm, no foul.
Well,
and I think, you got to let him play a little bit.
Yeah. But as the old saying goes, most or when I done it, and I think most of them still look, you're going to have contact stuff like that. So it's advantage or disadvantage. And he might have gained a little bit of the advantage there when he did it. And we're going to go skiing.
Yeah, got a long way to go forever. And Ellis breaks loose, and he's back up. And
he gets by right here.
50, the 40, nice block downfield. And he may have the first down.
Yeah, I believe he does. And that is a great individual effort by Colin Ellis, which, hey, I mean,
it was second and 33, and there's nobody else, and he just takes off, and he picks up the first down.
He gets 34. So that's,
absolutely. I don't know who made the downfield block. There's a great downfield block.
Yeah, I did see the one block, and then he made a few guys miss. Just a great effort by everybody there.
So first down for the Huskies. After the big scramble from Ellis. Ellis in the gun, looks to throw once again. And he throws it on the post. And just out of Simon's reach, ball's a little high.
It is a little high there. They've seen something there with that slant route. They've had it open 2 or 3 times, sort of. They've connected on a few of them, of course.
8:02 to go here in the second quarter. Huskies lead 14-0. They are driving. Driving right to left. On about the 33-yard line. Ellis has trips to his right. Looks to throw. And on the corner route. And just got Jake Richardson's hand.
Jake Richardson just a little bit over his head there, and we're going to bring up 3rd and 10 here, but he was wide open.
He was. It's a big 3rd down here for the Huskies. You think this part of the field, you think this is 4-down territory, Mark?
With the season and the records, yeah. I mean, you ain't going to gain much on the punt right here. I think you can go either way. You can either pass and try to get the first or run it here and pick you up 4 or 5 and decide on 4th down what you want to run. But I would think, unless they lose yardage right here, I think they'll go for it.
Ellis takes the snap. And good coverage downfield. He's going to take off. Turns it upfield. He's got the 1st down. Reverses field. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Huskies on the Colin Ellis scramble.
Yeah, and like we've said, gosh, I don't know how many times there's our guy. I mean, it's just great. Couple of good blocks out there. He cuts it back across the field, and just a very good touchdown run by Mr. Ellis.
We'll take a look at it on the K&K Kitchen Screen instant replay. As Huskies come on for the point after. Hinton doing the kicking duties once again. Snap the hold. The kick is right down the middle. Perfect kick.
Yeah, and after that first one, that was a pretty ugly kick. It did make it through. Hinton is nailed the next 2 right down the middle.
So with 7:44 to go here in the second quarter, Huskies lead 21-0.
Yeah, and just like we said, off to a great start here. Of course, your forward drive summary of the game, that drive there by the Huskies took 8 plays and ended with a 25-yard touchdown run by Colin Ellis. Just a real good drive right there to make this score 21-0. This is sort of what we've been used to. The Huskies have had, if my calculations are right here, they've had 4 possessions tonight, and they've scored on 2 of them, or 3 of them, I'm sorry. So just the one possession that they didn't score on offensively. And, of course, what can we say about the defense? You know, this defense has been much maligned all year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard, and I'm so happy for all these kids. It's just because they keep coming to work, but it's just hard to imagine that with 7 minutes left in the half, they're pitching a shutout.
Yeah. And it's amazing what some scores will do for your defense. Defense starts playing with a little more purpose, get a little fire in their belly.
Yeah.
And the pooch kick, once again, that was going out of bounds. From where that ball went out of bounds, I guess they will just get it from there since it's past the 35.
Yes, if that's what they can choose to do, or they can make them line back up and re-kick it. But yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're just going to take it where it went out of bounds. So it's going to be up about the 37-yard line or something like that for the Rams here. Let's just see if this defense can fix the shutout at least in the first half. But, and
they hand it off.
Yeah,
it is a keeper by the quarterback, and he's going to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, we good ball handling there by the quarterback. We got the fullback pretty good. He pulls it back out, and he makes a good read. He picks up about 10 yards there.
Be 1st down for the Rams. Ball about the 49-yard line. 7:24 counting to go. And they hand it off up the middle. And they're going to get about 2 on the play.
Pretty good job there. Let him pick up a few, and it looks like the Rams have one with a little different set, which they do this. They've always done it in years. A little unbalanced line here, just sort of powering the football right at you.
Second and 6 for the Rams, 6:55 to go here before the half. And hand it off once again on the sweep.
Very nice steal by the...
and he might get back in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, very nice play by Tristan Jones right there. That's what I was trying to think of, the middle linebacker there. He really filled that gap right there. Very good.
Yeah, good job by Tristan. Good to see him playing good again this week.
Yeah, he had the injury bug there a little bit early in the year, so he's probably back pretty good and healthy now, so he a very nice play.
3rd and 6 for the Rams, 6:13 to go here before the half. Takes the snap, and he's going to keep it, and good job by
Say it again.
Tristan Jones with close
legs right there. Just that gap opened up, and he sure filled it, and this very nice play.
And the Rams now going to have to punt. Just an explosive play there from the linebacker position for Tristan.
I mean, you know, you're talking about a 3-year varsity player, and he's made all-conference both his first 2 years, and I feel confident that he would be an all-conference selection again.
And Huskies may have jumped off sides there. That was just driving crazy.
Yeah, you just don't need that. I mean, I know it's 4th and 15, but you still don't want the penalty.
And it looks like the Rams may have
call it
jumped.
on the Rams, huh?
Wow. Thought for sure we jumped offside. So bring up 4th and 18 as the Rams get ready to punt this ball away. Greer and Howe standing about the 25-yard line. And a high snap. And a short punt. And it takes a Starmount roll.
Yeah, he does get a good roll out of the punt.
And it rolls down to about the 24-yard or 23-yard line.
Yeah, the Huskies there got a little bit of pressure on the punt. The snap was high.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies.
And got plenty of time here.
5:11 to go before the half.
See if they can drive the ball down. They got all 3 timeouts also.
They motion Houck. And then they dump it off to him. And cross 25 up to the 30. And going to get out of bounds, which will stop the clock about the 33-yard line. They motioned Houck across the field and kind of used him as an outlet pass.
Yeah, it's a very nice play. Of course, it looked like they were looking deep to Thompson there, but he clears out that area by going deep. So when he didn't have Thompson, he just pitches it out there and they picked up 9 yards. So good read by Ellis, the quarterback there.
Huskies in their 2-by-2 set. Ellis in the gun. They motion Greer this time. And Greer's running a wheel route, and Ellis put some steam on that ball.
Yeah, they just, I don't know what's, him and Thompson just have not got,
just not quite got on the same page.
No, they have not. That's a pretty good ball right there. I can't figure out why they're not on sync, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, and you'd think, of course, that's a good taking a shot down the field on 2nd and 1. 3rd and 1, Macy Ellis on the keeper, and that is what we see. And he makes a nice spin move and does pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, I thought he might have got himself in trouble with the spin move, but he spun away and got out of it there.
And when things are going your way, they just kind of seem to go your way.
Yeah, you know, it's been a few weeks since this went to Huskies.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it sure has.
4:50 and counting here before the half. Huskies driving. Ellis in the gun, trips to his right. Looks to throw. And he passes up to House to the right at the sticks.
Yeah, good pitch and catch right there, Ian. From Ellis to House there for about 9 yards. So, Husky offense looks a whole lot better tonight than it has in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Second and one. I'd like to see the Huskies take a deep shot here.
Yeah, that's sort of their MO. And they got trips over here. No, we got zero coverage and no safety back. They may very well take a shot right here.
And almost interception probably should have been.
Oh, that should definitely been picked off.
That was one of those where Ellis kind of zeroed in on Thompson before the snap, and he threw it right to him.
Very lucky right there, let's say. Ball should have been picked off. He didn't make a very good read right there on that one. Had Thompson double covered there.
Yeah, they kind of played him underneath on that slant route.
And they're probably going to get a dose of Ellis, right? Yeah.
Ellis across the 50, up to the 45, breaks the tackle up to the 40-yard line. So on 3rd and 1, he picks up 15 yards.
And they just keep moving the chains. So.
So it'll be a first down, Huskies, as they continue to drive, leading 21-0 with 3:45 to go.
And they got all 3 timeouts, so there's really got plenty of time. There's
no need to hurry.
Yeah, no sense of urgency here. So
got Thompson this side. Looks to be one-on-one coverage.
He's got one on with that base pulled up.
And Ellis is going to keep it, and he might gain a yard.
Well, I tell you what they're doing right there is Starmount looks to be in zero, but when they snap the ball, they're backing out of there pretty quick. So just for being around the coaching staff, they're going to try to run underneath that instead of throw underneath it.
This is one of those, if we had Judd, we could throw that shallow route.
Yeah.
Ellis looks to throw.
Right there, they throw the shallow.
And almost had Greer on the post route.
He sure did. The shallow routes were actually covered that time, so he did pick the right person to throw it to. They just couldn't connect on it there.
And those post routes have been open. They just can't quite.
They've connected on 1 or 2 of them, but they are just could be a touch off.
And they're going to time out Starmount with 3rd and 10 and 2:54 to go.
Well, of course, this is a big play for them. They want to try to get a stop, maybe get the ball back, get a score before the half, and take a little momentum into the half.
And we'll look at some other area scores. Mountain Heritage beating up Avery 38-0 in the second. Unicoi County leading Johnson County 21-0. Still says Wilkes Central 11, East Wilkes nothing. High Brighton Oliver Patton 28-0. West leading Wilkes 21-0. Yeah, don't see an Allegheny score.
Give me that West Wilkes score again.
21-0 over North.
Huh.
So coming out of the timeout, 2:54 to go. 3rd and 10 for the Huskies. Probably 4 down territory.
Yeah, I would think so here. It's been a pretty decent drive by the Huskies, started with about 5 minutes left in the half.
Ellis checks the side, gets the play, takes a snap. Looks to throw, and he's got a man wide open. It's Houck on the corner route.
Yeah, that's all they wanted. They run a little speed route there. Just a very nice pitch and catch.
It'll be a first down, Huskies.
Will be on the 25.
2:47 to go. Ball at 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Huskies driving up 21-0. Ellis in the gun. Huskies with 2 receivers each side. And he's got pressure. He's going to have to get rid of the football. He dances around and chucks it, and that could be intentional grounding.
Yeah, it probably will, but it don't matter if it makes the line of scrimmage. That's probably going to be intentional grounding.
Yeah, he wasn't outside the tackle box.
Well,
and there wasn't even a receiver on that side.
No, and We're not playing on Saturday and we're not playing on Sunday. Unless they've changed the rules, there's no tackle box. You got to reach the line of scrimmage or none of that stuff in high school football. That's just no receiver in the area, and his intent was to throw it to save the yardage, so that's a good call by the referee there. Of course, when I used to do this, that was one of the funnest things. The coaches would say, well, who's outside the tackle box? And, of course, our response was always, well, we're not playing on Sunday. So in high school football, they do not have the tackle box.
So 2nd and forever. And that's that self-implode.
Well, last time we was in this situation, about 30 yards, Mr. Ellis picked up 34, so we'll see what happens.
And he chucked it deep and just out of Jake's.
Yeah, just right out of his hands there. That's the play we need to make.
So it brings up 3rd and 30 for the Huskies.
And there's a play. We need to make that play.
Huskies with 2 receivers each side. Ellis looks to throw. Got Thompson is just over.
Yeah, he's just a little high. And him and Thompson just cannot get on the same page tonight.
They cannot.
And of course, they had the big play early for the first score of the game, but of course that big loss there on the loss of down and the intentional grounding was a big call on this drive here. So Starmount, the defense stepped up there and held the Huskies out here. They're going to get it back with enough time to score here. So
Thompson back to punt for the 2nd time tonight. Takes the punt. It's a high, but short punt. And it takes Starmount down all the way to the 35-yard line. So the Rams come out with good starting field position with 2:05 to go here before halftime.
Yeah, and that last drive by the Huskies was actually a 12-play drive. And, of course, we talked about it earlier, and we hadn't had to talk about it a whole lot tonight, but that one mistake just stalled them out and really just stalled it down there. Give Starmount some credit with the good pressure.
Toucher on the keeper, and he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, this Husky defense still keeps playing the run very well tonight. Which, like I said, we've not done a good job with the run all year. And they're playing it excellent tonight. Pitching the shutout so far here in the first half. So.
138 and counting here for Starmount driving left to right.
And the Huskies will get the ball coming out starting the second half. So
that would have been big to score there and then get the ball back. And he rolls out.
Starmount will get the ball to start the second.
And nice job. Had it in the backfield, just couldn't quite wrap him up.
Good pressure. So now we got Coach Hampton over there using one of his timeouts. He's got all 3. He's going to see if this defense can hold and maybe.
Yeah, we 3rd and long.
Yeah, he's going to try to score again, which we talked about earlier. Coach Hampton, by his nature, is a pretty aggressive play caller and a pretty aggressive coach. So.
So while we got the timeout, we'll look around at some other areas score, see if in the exchange. North Wilkes says that it is 21-14 West over North.
So they're creeping back in a little bit there. It's a big play here. It'll be interesting to see if I don't know. Will they try to pass and pick up the first down? But if you can't complete, you're going to play into the Huskies' hands here a little bit.
And they do pass, and it is over everyone's head, and that will bring up 4th and stop the clock with 1:09 to go.
That sort of surprised me. Does surprise me that they did pass the ball right there. But course, as the old saying goes, that coach knows his team very well. Just wasn't executed right there very well, trying to run the wheel route to the running back out of the backfield. So the Huskies going to get the ball back here with 1:09 left and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, see if they can make something happen. And almost blocked. And it takes a Starmount roll.
Yeah, it does take a Starmount bounce there.
So about the 32-yard line. The Huskies will take over there with 58 seconds to go. See how aggressive they get here.
Well, like we talked about, one thing you got to look for here is these slant routes have been open. If we can catch on one here, we might could get us another score here before the half. But I'm sure Coach Thompson here, they're going to be umbrella and they're going to back up, I would think, and not try to give up the big play here. Yeah, they've got a safety back. And
Ellis takes the snap and completes it to Thompson across the 50.
And even with the playing back and everything, that slant play is still there. So now we're going to hurry up a little bit here. And Ellison and Thompson finally got on the right page there. Good pitch to catch there.
Ellison the gun, empty backfield. Takes a snap, looks to throw once again. And, look, Kai Christopherson was wide open. He just wasn't looking for the football.
Well, he was not looking for the football, and I'm not going to make an excuse. He's got to look for the football. That is one of those young guys.
Yeah, he wasn't looking for the football at all.
He catches that ball. He may hit that seam right there and score.
Empty backfield once again, 40 seconds to go, 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. Ellis takes a snap, looks to throw, throws it out to Greer, and he's going to pick up the first down, puts his head down to the front.
He needs to get out of bounds right there, though. That's not you got to be a little smarter than that right there.
Yeah, got to know the situation.
Yeah, and I'm sure he does, but I guess some of it will go back to that. Of course, we've watched Mr. Greer since he was a little kid. A lot of that goes back to that. He's an aggressive kid, and he just sort of wanted to hit that ball.
And he does. He likes to hit
that bounce right there. Saved us maybe. Well, it would have saved us a timeout, but
yeah, he just likes to hit people.
Yeah, he does. He does like to hit people, even when he's back there running the ball. He's not a guy that's going to dodge too many, which you can tell from that right there. So
33 seconds to go here before the half. Huskies leading 21-0. So, and nice first half for the Huskies, Mark.
Oh, just a very good first half for the Huskies. I mean, I wouldn't have really expected. I didn't expect the 21-0.
I really thought it'd be
I thought it'd be, yeah.
There's a lot of football left.
Oh, there is definitely a lot of football left to play.
Ellis, once again, the empty backfield. Takes a snap. And,
just
wide open.
Yeah, and just, we've talked about it. Just another drop pass. Because there's nobody around him there. Pass is perfectly thrown. Just another drop pass.
So that'll be 2nd and 10. And 28 seconds to go.
Of course, they're missing their top 2 receivers for the year.
Ellis looks to throw once again.
Got plenty of time. The offensive line has done a really good job.
To Houck at about the 22-yard line.
Like the Huskies off on the first down. We still got we got
rushing back to the line.
He may spike it here, I would think.
And Ellis does spike it to stop the clock with 18 seconds to go here in the first half. Nice recovery for Houck after the drop, coming back and making that catch.
Yeah, it looked like the same play, too. And like I said earlier, the Huskies do still have, unless I'm wrong, do still have one timeout left in their pocket here.
No, I think they do.
So we can get it 2 or 3 plays off here if we'll do it,
Ellis once again in the empty backfield. And Starmount's going to bring pressure. It's picked up. They throw a screen to the house. It's close to a first down. And Huskies will use a timeout.
I had to use the last timeout there with 10 seconds here.
And it also gets the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Henson has kicked it. Well, yeah, you might try to.
You could.
Maybe you got to be able to stop that clock. So they're probably going
to have 34, maybe take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking today, Mark, at some Mountain Valley Conference stats, and Judd and Dante are still second and third in the conference receiving that and played a game in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, and which we've said it. That is 2 big, huge losses.
Yeah.
I mean, and the one thing you got to think about is it's a young team.
Right.
They only had 9 seniors anyway to begin with, and then you lose 4 of your top 9 seniors out of that.
And then you look at the returning running back, Kai Sullivan. Never has even played it down all year.
No, he got hurt in the scrimmage, and he was out the whole year. So now this is something I have not seen by the Huskies, and that's 4 on one side. I'm going to give it the Big Ben play here.
And they throw a
screen and a half and trying to get some blocks.
And they will not get in.
That's going to end that.
They do pick up the first down.
So that's going to stop the clock. So they're trying to get back up to the line here to get and get it killed here, and they may have a chance for one more play.
And they just killed it.
I believe they did. Yeah,
1 second to go.
1 second on the clock here.
Second remaining on the clock. Here says 1 second.
And they throw a late flag.
He can't throw. You're allowed to do that if you go directly to the ground with it. I think that's a bad call right there. That is a bad call, in my opinion. It really don't matter, but if you catch the ball, even in the shotgun, and you go straight to the ground with it, I do not think that is intentional ground. I know you got to have a receiver there, but I just do not agree with that call at all.
So it'll be second.
Well, we still got a chance here. It's just a difference in the yardage. I mean, that's a
second and goal for the Huskies.
And now it's we're at 5, and that's a big penalty.
Yeah, ball's on the 16-yard line.
Your play call and everything.
Ellis takes the snap. He got him. Touchdown. Huskies.
On the last
1 second to go before the half. The next throw. And I can't tell who caught that.
Tiger Stoppers. Gets him a touchdown. Great play right there.
Nice play and great job by Kai coming in for his first varsity touchdown.
Yeah, the sophomore that was just called up about 2 weeks ago. So good job there on the final drive of the half.
As Henson comes on to kick the point after. Snaps the hold, and is a high kick, but it is good.
Yeah, that's he's getting the mind. That wasn't quite as pretty as the last 2, but it was effective. Just very good drive here by the Huskies. I'm sort of stunned here for a minute. Let's see here. The Ashe County Ford drive shown here in the game. That was 8 plays. They've done that in 1 minute, 9 seconds.
Yeah.
And it ended up with a nice 25-yard touchdown pass from Colin Ellis, the Kiker Stoppers.
So at the end of the first half, the Huskies lead 28-0 over Starmount. We'll be back more with Boonville from the Sky Zone XG Game of the Week right after this.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown team.
We are here in Boonville, North Carolina, at Starmount High School, where the Huskies lead at halftime, 28-0. And Mark, I think we're of course happy to score, but a little shocked. We thought it'd be a close game coming down here.
Sure did. I'm actually shocked. I thought it'd be a little closer ball game. Of course, it's been a long, 6-7 weeks.
Absolutely.
This Husky team has really come out and played well tonight. And the defense, what can we say about?
Oh man, they played lots out.
That has, that has been averaging giving up 50 points a year on the year, and they pitched a shutout in the first half. So, good job by them guys. Looks like we had a pretty good game plan in tonight. We've run our game plan and done a very good job. Just like you said, sort of shocked, but really, really happy the way this Husky team's played the first half. Looks like Coach Hampton and the staff really got prepared to come down here and play tonight.
I think Collins thrown for 3 and run for 1. Is that correct, Mark?
Let me check my little stat here. Yes, sir. First half, of course, like you said, Collins run for 2.
2, okay.
And passed for 1. And no, excuse me. He is thrown for, you're right, thrown for 3 here. And run for 1. And, of course, Thompson's got a touchdown catch. And then Kai Christopherson had a touchdown catch there at the on the last play of the half there, which was just an outstanding drive by the Huskies with the way they managed the clock and everything.
Yeah. Huskies will kick the ball off to start the second half. Mark, do you remember the Allegheny Elkins score?
34. Last I heard, it was 34-21.
34-21, Allegheny.
Yes, sir.
Wilkes Central looks to be up 11-0 at the halftime over East, and West is leading North Wilkes 21-14 in the third. And the Cubs and the Indians still scoreless in the third in the World Series.
Yeah, well, let's go Cubs.
And Huskies Poops kick it toward the sideline once again, and it once again will go out of bounds.
So let's see if this defense can come out with the same intensity it had in the first half and the same discipline in doing their job, as they say. Like I say, can't brag on them enough, and they deserve it because they've been much maligned, and they know that. Of course, they know the stats like everybody else does. They can get on max threats just like we can and read all that stuff, and they've really come out tonight.
Yeah, like we got any kind of secret information up here. So 1st and 10 for the Rams. Start the second half. They motion the man, hand the ball off, and he is around the corner, going to gain about 3. That is number 17.
They come right out with a jet sweep and picked up about 3 yards there, or maybe 4. But we've done a real good job with that, and the jet sweep in the first half. But you got to expect this senior night. And Coach Johnson's been here a long time. Very good football coach. This Starmount team's not going to lay down for you, so the Huskies are going to have to play the second half.
2nd and 6. And they hand it off up the middle, and he might gain 1 yard.
Which I said it all year on these types of offense. Of course, gosh, we've seen Watauga, we've seen 4 or 5 teams that run this wing tee style offense, and we've always talked about establishing the fullback, and that is what the Husky defense has not let them do tonight. They've not let them establish that fullback.
I mean, you think the big nights that Watauga had with Suggs and Scott that had for Highbright. And Ashe just pursued well tonight. And one thing they've done is they've tackled well tonight.
They have tackled well. And there again, just another great job on the jet sweep, bringing it out. It's going to be close to a first down. We did miss a tackle there that probably would have had it for a loss. But no, which spot they're going to be, it's going to be about 4th and 1 here. So they're going to come right out in the second half and force a punt here, it looks like.
Yeah, we'll be 4th and 1 to Starmount. Will punt. I kind of thought they'd probably go for it here. And a snap for the punt. And it's a line drive punt. Hits at the 20, and he's going to roll out of bounds right at the 20.
Right on the 20-yard line here. So Huskies going to have 80 yards here to go on their first drive in the second half. So we'll see if that offense stays hot. That offense was red hot in the first half. And we talked about it. Of course, they made a few mistakes, but they didn't. Well, I ain't going to say it, because if I say that word, we'll probably have 2 or 3.
Don't you jinx it, Mark. Don't you give this an announcer's jinx.
But they had a good job with their penalties and everything in the first half, too. They didn't have many penalties, really.
Ellis in the gun, and he's going to take off right up the middle. And, man, if he don't trip up, he can run for a long way.
Yeah, he picks up about 5 yards there. But, yeah, I believe you're right. If he breaks that last guy there and don't get tripped up, he may be off for the race.
And Ellis is probably getting close. We don't really know the stats. He's got to be close to 100 yards.
I would think so. He had the nice 35-yard run and then the 25-yard run for the touchdown. And he's thrown in a couple of good 10 and 7. And I'd say he's getting very close.
Second down for Ellis, and he takes a snap and throws a strike out for the first down to, looks like Houck.
It does look like Houck here. And I tell you, I've really been impressed with how Simon Houck and Mr. Greer has stepped up and caught the football tonight. They've made some good plays for us as wide receivers. Grant Thompson's made some big plays. Of course, even Ellis seemed like they had a hard time getting really in sync here, but they've done a little better with that later as the game went on.
And they get it out to Revis, and he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, little hot read out here to the running back. He makes a pretty good catch, but good pursuit by the Starmount linebacker there. Makes a very good tackle.
And it is a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Huskies. Ellis gets to play from the sideline. Huskies with 2 receivers each side. Revis in the backfield along with Ellis. Ellis takes the snap, looks to Thompson, and he's got him on the cutback route. And he's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, nice play there. Of course, they run that play several times in the first half and connected on some and didn't connect on some, but that's just that little speed route. Of course, they practice it a lot where the sticks are, so they at least get above the sticks and get that first down. Very nice play right there.
13-yard gain on the play and doing a nice job with it.
And it is first down for the Huskies. Ball right at the 50-yard line. Ellis flicks the throw. And a high throw.
Yeah, that ball's just the throw right there. That slant's been open all night long.
It has been.
Just overthrow right there.
And if we can get that timing down, man.
And I tell you, they run the same little pass play quite a bit in there. I noticed that time that back in the outfit in the flats out there is wide open too. So you may look at them pitching it out there to him some too.
Ellis in the gun. And he keeps it up the middle. And he's going to gain about 5-6 yards on the play.
He gained at least 6 there, so we're going to bring up another 3rd and 4 here for the Huskies.
So going to have trips to the top of the field. Grant, the long receiver to this side.
It looks like Starmount's going to set back in cover 2 here, so they're going to play a little zone here with it. And I'll be surprised to see Ellis now. He's going to throw it.
Throw it.
He's got
it, man.
I mean,
out breaking tackles.
Yeah, good job. Just got that little dig route, as they call it there again, like the house. Like I said earlier, Simon's done a real good job catching the football tonight, which he's been a starting receiver all year, but the limelight's a little more on him when the injuries took place. He's really stepped up tonight.
Ellis in the gun once again, 1st and 10 for the Huskies. And flag down. We'll see if it's false start or offside.
I believe it's going to be on the defense.
It is offside against the Rams, which will move the ball up for the Huskies.
Offside call against the Rams.
Nice drive here by the Huskies to start the second half. Using the clock.
Ellis in the gun. 2 receivers each side. And now we give it right back.
Yeah, and that's, we hadn't done that a whole lot tonight. I guess, like I said, maybe we should. Right?
Yeah, we could be in there.
Yeah, but Simon just got a little excited there. Or, well, let's say either Simon got excited or we're going to blame it on Simon because nobody moved with Simon. But
yeah.
Just a mental block right there.
So now back to 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Ellis looks to throw it quickly out to Jake Richardson.
And that's just a little, what they call a little stick route. It's basically a long handoff. All they're looking for right there is just a nice little 5-yard pickup, about like a running play.
2nd and 4 for the Huskies. 7:14 to go here in the 3rd. Nice. I would say for Ashe County standards, a long drive.
Yes, well, now we've had some 8, 9, 10, and 12. We're on our 9th play here, if I'm correct, on this drive.
And Ellis is going to keep it. And he's going to pick up the 1st down, and then more. He goes all the way in for another Husky touchdown.
His way into the end zone right there. Got a good lead block from the fullback to get him started. And just another nice job there by.
When he hit that hole, he hit it hard. We'll take another look at it here in the K&K Stitching Screen instant replay.
Once again, it's Ellis who comes in with that power rush that they like to run, and why not?
And Hinton comes on for the extra point.
He's able to use his speed to take it the rest of the way in. Ashe County up big here in the 3rd quarter.
Snap the hold. Kick. It's good.
I tell you, he squeezes some in there.
And he does.
I don't think he's missed him there.
He's not. He's perfect on the night. That Raiders scored 35-0 Huskies with 7:06 to go here in the 1st quarter. I'm sorry, 3rd quarter.
And like we talked about there, very nice drive by the Huskies. Just very well balanced. So our Ashe County forward drive summary of the game here, the Huskies won 80 yards in 9 plays, and it was finished off with a nice 35-yard touchdown run by Colin Epps.
So the Huskies offense stays hot here in the second half, coming out and scoring on the first drive of the second half. And, man, it's just good to see if you're a Husky fan. And, we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast a little bit. I'm sure the rest of the conference is glad to see Ashe County and Starmount both down this year because they've just kind of owned the conference for the past few years.
They sure have been. It seems like it's always come down between them. The last few years between them and Wilkes Central, and of course East Wilkes has been pretty strong the last couple of years. But yeah, like we said at the top of the telecast, this is usually not 2-6 versus 2-6.
No, and that ball hit somebody and they luckily get on it.
Yeah, it got loose there on the boots kick. We've recovered. An onside kick there, not intentionally, but the Rams didn't do as good a job there fielding the pooch kicks as they have so far tonight. That's been very effective for us.
So just a little over 7 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. Rams take over all about the 31-yard line. And they hand it off, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And he's across the 40 up to the 50 and tackled by Greer.
Nice open field tackle by Matthew Greer there. Now we got a flag, and looks like to me if we either got a Husky player back here talking a little too much, we had a Starmount and a Husky player talking too much to each other. The official threw the flag there. It looks like it's going to be against the Rams, but there's just no place for that. It did look like that the Husky, Mr. Knight, Hunter Knight was who was involved. It looked like he done a good job walking away from it, but knowing him and coaching him, he probably had a few words.
I guarantee it. Now he's going to get the long walk to the sideline explaining about it.
Yeah, Coach Hampton does a good job there. You don't want nobody to lose their cool. He gets the kid out of the game. So that's a good job there by Mr. Hampton there to get him out of the game, calm him down a little.
So that negates the long run, but it's still 1st and 10 for the Rams. And they hand it off up the middle, and he breaks one tackle. He's got running room. He's going to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, they're gashed just a little here on these first couple of plays here in the half now. Of course, Hunter got to sit out and go see Coach Hampton a minute, and I'm sure Coach Hampton talked to him there a little bit, and he's coming right back in the game. Number 75 there coming in there.
Peyton Molas, a 5'11", 190 junior. Nice, impressive run there for Mr. Molas.
Yeah, they come out here and run a little hard here.
And they hand it off up the middle to him once again, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, I tell you, this defense it don't look like the same defense.
It don't. I mean, we've seen every snap this year, and it just doesn't look like the same defense.
No, it sure don't. They're stopping that middle, that fullback run good. They're all getting to the ball, which is good to see. Nothing else. You got to play these last 2 games and get you some confidence going into your summer workout.
Yeah. Second and 10 for the Rams. They shift. Now they motion a man, and they have the jet sweep. And the Huskies are all over it.
Good job coming up there. Matthew Greer and Tristan Jones. Tristan's played a really good game tonight. He's run from sideline to sideline on that defense. And there again, they come with the jet sweep, and they're just doing an excellent job stringing that out and getting people to the ball and tackling them.
Absolutely. 3rd and 6 for the Rams. And you're exactly right, Mark. They've just tackled better tonight.
They sure have. The key to the whole thing is they've definitely tackled better tonight, and they've done their job. They've stayed in their gaps.
And it looks like the Rams are looking to throw. He's under pressure, and the Huskies are going to sack him behind the line of scrimmage.
That front four is really manhandling the Starmount line right now.
Yeah, the Huskies really aren't blitzing a lot.
No, they've blitzed a couple of times, but no, they're not blitzing a whole lot. They're just they're playing very well.
Yeah, Tristan's kind of being the quarterback spy there. And the front four's getting all kinds of pressure, and Starmount's going to have to punt once again.
We've got close to a couple of punts tonight.
And Greer's probably going to try to pick it up. And luckily, a Husky gets
we're very lucky to get that football there. We're very fortunate.
Very fortunate there.
Come up with the football right there.
Yeah, that's a dangerous play there by Greer.
You need to either come up and field that thing with a fair catch or after a catch like that, just get away from it and let it roll.
So the Huskies will take over 1st and 10, ball on the 14-yard line. Huskies got 2 receivers each side. Ellis in the gun.
And the Rams defense is definitely back.
And
I think we got too many Rams on the field here. I was thinking so. So they got 12 men on the field, so we got an illegal substitution call here.
And it will be 1st and 5 now for the Huskies.
5-yard penalty against the Rams. 2nd and 5.
Ellis in the gun. 2 receivers each side. Takes the snap, looks to throw, and he's got Thompson on the out route, and Thompson steps out of bounds.
Nice play, though. Nice pitch and catch, pick up of about 15 yards there. Of course, they're playing back, so they're going to take these little, 10-yard outs and so on and so forth, because that's what they do. Of course, as we all know, they don't run the football a whole lot. When they do, it's usually with the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Ellis in the gun, 1st and 10. Looks to throw once again, and he's going to take off. He's going to pull it and throw it, and, man, that was close to being intercepted.
Yeah, it's just he couldn't really decide if he wanted to take off there or throw. So, the Rams got some pretty good pressure right there. So.
So it's 2nd and 10 for the Huskies. 4:12 to go here in the third. Ellis in the gun. 2 receivers each side. And they hand it to Revis up the middle.
Yeah, a little 20 zone play there. Revis picks up about 5 yards. That's a nice play.
3rd and 7 for the Huskies.
Let's see if the Huskies can pick up another big first down here. They've been pretty good on 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down's kind of been their down tonight. Ellis with trips to the top side of the field. And he looks Thompson, and that may have been intercepted and
He
incomplete.
didn't come up with it. Almost was intercepted. So
Ellis takes a big hit as he lets go of that football.
he sure did. Nice job by the Rams defense there to finally get a stop here.
Grant on for his 3rd punt of the night for the Huskies.
Ellis tried to hurry it up. A little bit surprised there. I thought they would have tried to maybe go on another quarterback design runs on some of those 3rd down conversions.
And it's a high, very high punt.
Short kick, though.
And it takes a Husky roll.
Good job there by getting it out.
That thing had hang time, Mark.
It sure did. Of course, we hadn't punted but 3 times tonight. But
Yeah.
of course, one of them was out of the end zone down there, and I thought maybe that Ethan Shepard also handled the snapping duties. But it looks like just to give him a little plug here, Jake Richardson's the long snapper on that, and he's done a very good job with it.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal there, especially that one down there.
Especially in the end zone. That can go bad in a hurry. And the quarterback keeper once again for the Rams needs to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Tristan Jones, I mean, he has really played solid tonight.
He has.
A lot of the front four. Shepard, him up there is playing good. And, well, we've said it a couple of times already. This does not look like the same defensive team, which is good to see. I've noticed that Travis Dillard, one of the sophomores out here, of course, on this side, we're both got 2 sophomores. Travis Dillard really played a good game tonight.
Yeah, Pruitt's played good. And then on the jet sweep, and he is stuck right at the line of scrimmage. Tristan Jones once again.
Yeah, sure is. Tristan Jones, Jake Richardson. I guess, see here, Caleb Harless is out there right now, too.
3rd and 10 for the Rams. And on the counter play.
Again, I mean, like I said, the discipline of the defense tonight has really been good. They come up with a little counter play, and we stay home and we're right in our gas.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, that play goes 50 yards against the Huskies.
I think
couldn't keep her lane.
Yeah, couldn't keep her lane. And as we've talked about, we're making tackles.
We are making tackles. 1:44 to go. The Rams punt it once again. And then just get the ball off. And it's a punt off the side of his foot.
Yeah, that's sort of a...
And they're going to walk this up to the 48-yard line.
So the Huskies were starting good field position again. Let's see if we can put some more points here on the board.
So the Huskies will take over. 1:24 to go here in the third, leading 35-0. Huskies trying to pick up their third win of the season.
Second conference win.
Ellis in the gun. And hands off to Revis up the middle, and he's got a nice hole. He's going to get close to a first down.
This offensive line plays very well tonight. They give Ellis plenty of time to throw for the most part. Right there, they open a nice hole on the zone for Revis to get through.
There is a flag down on the play.
Okay.
And they're going to talk about it. See what the call is.
I didn't really see the flag come out. Looks like
they're going to wave it off.
And that's good for the Huskies. So we'll line up here second and 3 and see if we can't pick up a first down and keep this drive alive.
And they have it to Revis once again. He puts his foot in the ground and makes a cut.
Yeah,
he's close to the first.
Blocked pretty good there. That's a good tough run just to get a couple of yards. That's awful close to a first down. They're going to call it a little short of us.
Be third and extremely short.
Third and 1.
46 seconds to go here in the third.
We may see that power quarterback play here again where Ellis fakes to Revis and he blocks and pulls right in behind him. Yeah.
I mean, fake it and Ellis keeps it. He's going to pick up the first down. That will stop the clock here shortly while they reset the chains.
Nice 5-yard run. First and 10, and the bigger thing here is, of course, 35-point lead. The clock's running, and this is also going to be a running play right here with the hand signals that I see there.
And Ellis going to keep it.
Yeah,
on the read.
There,
and he breaks the tackle, and man, if he just tripped up, he's gone.
That's a very nice read by Mr. Ellis right there. That defensive end crashed, expecting Revis to get the ball, and Ellis pulls it out, takes it down for 15 yards, and like you said, Mr. Farmer, there's one little trip up there. He's going to go on into the end zone.
And that will do it for the third quarter here. Huskies leading 35-0. We'll be back with more Sky Zone HD Game of the Week right after this.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
Welcome back to the Sky Zone HD Game of the Week here. We are at Starmount High School in Boonville, North Carolina, where the Huskies lead 35-0 as we start the fourth quarter. They are driving inside the red zone.
Yeah, they're looking to get another score here to start the fourth quarter.
And hand it off to Greer, and Greer up the middle. He's still on his feet. He's crossed the 10, and he's going to be tackled at about the 8-yard line.
And like we said earlier, there's your Mr. Sort of do everything.
Yeah, I don't know that he ever comes off the field.
He don't come off the field much.
First and goal from the 8, and then give it to Greer once again. He just rumbles ahead to about the 4-yard line. It looks like the Huskies trying to get Greer a touchdown.
They may be trying to get the senior here a touchdown.
Yeah.
Plus, they're going to probably run it down here and work this clock a little bit.
Second goal from the 4. Ellis in the gun, 2 backs in the backfield, and looks like Be all sides on the Rams.
So that's going to be half the distance, of course.
Now moving up to the 2-yard line.
A lot of talking going on here. Look, I know the Huskies are waiting on the play here.
Yeah. And he looked back in the sideline once again. Second goal from the 2. And let's take a snap and give us the Revis. And a touchdown, Huskies. It's a nice drive there by the Huskies. Revis getting in the end zone, and that may be his first touchdown of the year.
I think it may be Mr. Revis' first touchdown of the year. Of course, he's one of those guys that plays a couple of different spots and has run the ball some this year, especially when, like we talked about earlier, Mr. Sullivan going down its first of the year, junior. So look forward to having him back next year. So.
The extra point, the snap, hold, the kick is good. The Raiders score 42-0 with 10:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, it's been all Huskies.
Yeah, it sure has. And your Ashe County forward drive summary of the game, nice, 48 yards, nice 7-play drive with capped off with a 3-yard touchdown run by Mr. Revis, John Revis. So that's a good job there.
We'll take
on that drive.
Look at some other area scores. Mountain Heritage beating Avery 57-3. Unicoi County all over Johnson County 21-0. Wilkes Central is up 23-0 over East. Highbright is beating Patton 40-0. West and North are tied at 28. Watauga is beating Hickory 49-7. Mark, you want to take this opportunity to plug the middle school football for tomorrow?
Yeah, a couple big games tomorrow down for the youth league football. Of course, the 3rd and 4th grade Husky team will be playing at Elkin High School for the Super Bowl, as they like to call it, or the league championship. And I'm sorry, I'm looking here. I hope I can find it here in a minute. I'm not quite sure what time they start at Starmount, and then. Of course, the 7 o'clock game I do know is the middle school, Ashe County Middle School Bulldogs. They're going to also be in the Super Bowl or the championship game, and they're also looking to cap off an undefeated season. They've really had a good season. Of course, all the youth league teams have had good years, and the 3rd and 4th grade team, like I say, will be down there. So if you get a chance tomorrow, come down and support the younger future Huskies, I guess, at Elkin High School.
And the Rams take over, and they hand it off up the middle. And it would gain a couple yards on the play there.
And I will do my best to see if I can find what time that 3rd and 4th grade starts. And I do apologize for that.
2nd and 7. $9:38 to go here. And they run this sweep. And Huskies stretch it out, but not after getting close to a first down.
Not too bad. Good job there by the Huskies. Kai there, bringing him down there. Good job stringing it out again. I mean, they did pick up a first down, and that's still a pretty good defensive job by this Husky defense.
It'll be first down for the Rams. They motion him in, and there's going to be a quarterback keeper, and the Huskies are right there.
It's just there. I mean, it's just like
Tristan's played that quarterback spot all night long, and he
sure has. He has done a wonderful job tonight. So that makes it 2nd and 12, and which is they've kept this Starmount offense behind the chains about all night long. So.
2nd and 12 for the Rams. They motion to man. Hand it off up the middle. He's got a seam, and he's going to be close to the first down.
Yeah, nice play there. Nice run, good hard run by the Starmount running back there. Starting to move the ball a bit. Big third down play here, though. I mean, you know, it don't really matter, but I'd say this Husky team would really like to have a shutout on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and it would be their first shutout of the year.
There ain't no doubt about that. Like we talked about earlier, this defense is average giving up 50 points a game.
That's a hard run by the Rams.
Needless to say, which we talked about earlier season, their non-conference schedule was really tough.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we had teams like Hickory, which is the second-rated team in the state, 3A, but the points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm sorry, not Hickory, Highbright.
And they hand it off the middle once again, and another hard run.
Yeah, we've got a few clean jerseys out there, too. Coach Hampton is getting some kids in the game. Now he's starting to bring a few more back in. I think that defensive staff over there, they may really just be wanting this shutout here.
Mm-hmm. .6:44 to go here in the fourth quarter. Rams driving.
Now the officials are going to step up and give them a first down here, which I don't know why it took so long to signal that to begin with.
And they hand it off once again. And
yeah, we've got, I see Noah and some kids in there, which is great.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, these kids, they've worked hard all summer. And, of course, I listen to Coach Hampton Monday morning on the coach's show, and it's like he said, you know, the year's been, he's really been proud of his kids to keep coming to practice, keep working at it. So, and the hard work's paid off a little bit tonight, you know, to keep the stick to it this thing here.
And they hand it off once again. And he's going to be down at about the 6-yard line.
You know, they had one defensive stand already tonight inside the goal line.
They did.
Which was a very big defensive stand because that was early in the game. We're talking, you know, 14-0 at the time.
Oh, absolutely.
They score there, make it a 14-7 ball game. You know,
that changes everything.
It sure does. You know, Starmount's got confidence and everything else. So, but like we say, this defensive team has really been lights out tonight.
2nd and goal for the Rams. And they had it on the sweep once again, and he cuts back, and he is into the end zone for a Rams touchdown.
Done a good job stringing it out that time. We didn't feel the backside as good, and he cuts it back and gets it in there. Very nice run by looks like number 15 there, which is Brandon, and I can't pronounce that last name. Ashe there, I guess. Very nice drive there by Starmount. So there goes your shutout, which is fine. I mean, you know, averaging 50 points, giving up 50 a game, and you've only given up 6 to this point. They feel very good about what the defense, how they've really improved, stepped up tonight.
Oh, absolutely. They'll definitely take that performance. The point after is good. That brings a score of 42-7 here at Starmount High School. We'll take another look around some other areas' scores. Wilkes Central is now up 25-0. High Brighton up 40-0 on Patton. North Wilkes is up 35-28 in the fourth now.
North Wilkes is up?
Yeah.
Huh.
Watauga is beating Hickory 49-13. So with 5:05 to go here in the fourth, But the Huskies trying to get out of here with a win. And Mark, I think you talked about on the way down here, this will be Coach Hampton's first ever victory against Starmount.
Yeah, when he was even at North Surrey anyway, we were talking through the week here. And of course, like he said, Starmount's always been a thorn in his side. And, hey, I've watched these guys down here a lot of years playing football. They've been a thorn in a lot of people's side as far as that goes. Always been well known for very well coached teams and play very well football. So,
and a squib onside kick, and it will go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
So we're 38.
The Huskies will take over. And Mark,
Wow, we have got a
new quarterback.
And not only, we do have a new quarterback, Luke Cutler, and then we also got Bowen Krause, which is a freshman out there at the slot receiver, but he's had a great JV year.
And Luke takes the hands it off up the middle.
That's to LaCroix, Alex LaCroix, which we'll get him a few carries back there. Of course, he's just, like we said, we got a bunch of them. He's another one of those sophomores. Of course, with the change, you also got Noah Benoit out here, the slot receiver. He's left the line and what with some of these sophomores at receivers. You got, of course, the quarterback's a sophomore. And
Hudler takes a snap, hands it off to LaCroix once again. And not much going on that play.
Picked up about 5 on the first one, but not, like you said, not a whole lot on that one.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting here to see if
third down, see if he lets Youngbuck air it out a little bit here, Mark.
It will be interesting to see what he does right here.
Hudler in the gun, and he looks to throw. Goes through his progression, gets out. Oh, just over LaCroix's head.
Yeah, just a little too high there. Almost connected on that.
They had a little nerves there.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Pick the right receiver. Yes, best that I know. Well, I do know. That is by far his first varsity football pass right there.
Absolutely.
Good for him. And I guess most of you know out there, and I'm going to say it, that is my son, and I am very proud of him. So good for that young man tonight. Good for all these Huskies tonight as far as that goes.
Yeah, and good job by you, Mark, keeping your blood pressure under control.
Yeah.
Keeping calm.
I told you I wouldn't take my mic off.
You did.
I started.
And I knew that was a lie the minute it came out of your mouth. And Grant punts the ball, and it rolls to about the 27-yard line. The Rams will take over with 2:48 to go. So it does look like even though the Rams scored, they have decided to keep continuous clock.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure they don't really need the sideline. And
the Rams have also put in a new quarterback.
Yeah, you got wholesale changes here, which is, these kids work hard, so they need to play a little too, with game decided and all so on and so forth. And I did find out, I got one of my buddies out there to text me here. I did find out the third and fourth grade game tomorrow. If anybody is interested, like I said earlier, going down supporting the future Huskies, I guess I should say, the third and fourth grade game tomorrow at Elkin High School. For the third and fourth grade does start at 4 o'clock. And like I said, the middle school Bulldog team from Ashe will be playing at 7 at Elkin High School. And both of them games are for the championship of the youth league.
So that second down run, nice tackle by Noah Benoit in the game.
Yeah, like I said, Noah's getting a little playing time out there and stuff, which he's played on special teams all year as a sophomore, and does a good job out there. So
1:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Rams motion man and hand it off, and he just tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Gained about 1 on the play. That'll set up
So as the clock runs down, the minute to go here, we'll talk about our Sky Zone HD player of the game. And Mark, I think, in my opinion, I think it has to go to Ellis. I mean,
I don't know how you can't give it to Mr. Ellis.
Touchdowns. He's accounted for at least all of them running for throwing.
He's got 3 passing touchdowns and 3 running touchdowns. And, you can also throw Tristan Jones's name.
Tristan Jones played an excellent.
And if you want to really get with it, how about this Husky defense?
Oh, yeah.
But I agree. I think you got to go with Mr. Ellis tonight. He just really had a tremendous game.
Yeah, he kind of set the tone early.
He did. He did set the tone early. It's just good job. So, doing the Huskies do here, I would think they would come out.
17 seconds, clock is still running, and looks like that's probably
Yeah, they're
what
not
they're doing here.
here. That's probably look like they're just going to try to run them back out. But you would have thought that they would have just took a knee there. Good night at Starmount tonight. So, and Ashe County could not say that very often.
Absolutely not. So the final from Starmount High School, 42-7, Ashe County. Mark, it's just Huskies came out hot and never really looked back after that.
Yeah, that's sort of what we got used to offensively early in the year, coming out scoring and playing hot. Of course, we hadn't had the defensive consistency all year, but tonight they put it all together.
Absolutely.
With a lot of key people out. You really got to throw your hats off to the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
The kids. For these guys to go through what they've gone through all season, come out here and play a game like this, you really got to. Ashe County needs to take their hats off to them tonight.
Absolutely. So the final here from Starmount, 42-7. We'll be back with more Skies on HD games of the week next week from Elkin High School. For Mark Cutler, I'm Dusty Farmer. We'll see you next week.